By the end of this video, you will completely understand how to add NFT utility to your existing business or how to incorporate NFTs into your ongoing small business. Now, right now, NFTs pretty much dominate the headlines because of the crazy amounts we see people buy and sell these things for, causing many of us to kind of dive in and learn, which if you dug deep enough, then you learned that many times the people profiting on these big NFT projects are most of the time big firms, big companies, big projects with metaverse influence ideas and concepts. And what you probably also notice, bro, is a lot of these people got like way bigger budgets than maybe me or you might have, right? Because they do. They have bigger budgets, more resources, and just flat out more money than us. But that doesn't mean normal people that run normal businesses can't get in on the NFT action. And first, I'm gonna talk about how it can be done, and then I'm gonna give specific examples on like real world side hustles and small businesses, and try to help you understand how you can implement NFTs into your business. All right, so the very first concept I want you to understand, and write this down if you have to, a business owner only needs to mint an NFT version of a real life product. All right, so let that sink in. What that basically means is your business is only an NFT away from becoming an NFT. And I know that might not make sense right now, but just follow along to the end and I promise it will. All right, so first I want to say there are actually big brands already integrating NFTs into their business, right? Gucci, Nike, companies like that have been using NFTs for several different things actually. And see, one thing about me, bro, is I'm always keep it real with you. Companies like that can experiment with NFTs a little more because they're already popular companies with items that are already in demand. So don't get me wrong, the more popular or more demand you've created for your product, the easier it'll be for you to integrate NFTs into that. But that doesn't mean that's the be all end all. All right, so the number one thing you can do to integrate NFTs with your existing business is to create NFTs tied to physical products, right? And let me explain that. Because what NFTs are, think of an NFT as a virtual product, right? So with virtual products sort of being the hype, with NFTs being the hype, create an NFT for your customers depending on what type of products you have, right? And so it doesn't matter if it's a remote control, right? So if you buy this remote, you get the NFT. Now, I don't know how many of y'all shop online. It doesn't even have to be online. Like a lot of companies right now are doing something called like rewards programs, right? Where you scan a barcode and you get points for shopping with them, right? So when you think about NFTs, right, think about how you can create a loyalty program around whatever it is you have going on, right? So like a lot of companies do this with limited edition merchandise, right? I think Coca-Cola gave away a jacket, which how often do you see legit Coca-Cola jackets, right? So I'm not saying you have to do the same thing, but I'm just giving you these examples so that you can kind of understand how you can integrate NFTs into your existing business. Another way that you can integrate NFTs into your existing business is kind of using them as like a digital receipt, right? Depending on the type of products or the type of business that you do, I'm not sure how much at risk you are of being knocked off or being counterfeited, but you can use NFTs as sort of like a digital receipt, because what NFTs are, they live on the blockchain, right? And so each transaction on the blockchain is recorded. So there's going to be a recorded receipt that, hey, I purchased this or I'm the owner of this. So this is already happening in the luxury goods space. This is already kind of happening there, but I'm pretty sure that you can integrate that into your business as well. See, I'm gonna try to break it down easy for you to understand. Ultimately, don't get caught up in how confusing the blockchain and all that type of stuff is. What you're doing as a business owner, a small business owner who wants to integrate NFTs into your business model, what you're essentially doing is trading the same services that you give now, instead of for cash, for crypto, for Ethereum. And we're gonna go deeper into that, right? But keep going with me, because I promise you, I'm just trying to make it simple for you so you can understand, right? So now I'm gonna give you some examples of how different businesses can specifically do this type of stuff and, you know, integrate NFTs, right? So like clothing brand owners, right? Like you can make designs that are custom to an NFT holder and then produce custom clothing with that design or style, right? And that's also exclusive to the NFT holder. Imagine if I purchased this NFT, this Mavs logo from the Mavericks, right? And I was the only one who they made this type of stuff for, right? That would, number one, give it some value. And even me as the holder, I could say, man, I could even sell this and say, hey, like I own this print, this design, and so boom, now it becomes more rare, more limited, more value, right? So if you have a clothing line, I promise you, that's one way that you can implement NFTs. Another way that I could see like brands or clothing stores or anything like that putting NFTs into the mix is mystery boxes, merch boxes, stuff like that. Now I know that subscription box model kind of died out at one point with apparel with merch, but I do see it coming back with NFTs. And like we said earlier, if you can, you know, tie a physical product to the NFT, then you can almost use that as a receipt of authenticity. So if I buy this jacket, right, then, or this hat, then I also own the NFT of the hat, right? And if, especially when you talk about going into the metaverse, hey, that might be dope. Like we always used to say on 2K, like, what if I could buy this stuff, you know what I'm saying, and have it in real life or whatever. So think about it the other way around. If the metaverse is going where it's going, imagine buying this stuff, you know, in real life and then being able to have it on your character or whatever in the metaverse. So if you sell clothes or if you have a brand, that's one way you can implement NFT. Like if you own a landscaping service, if you cut grass, you can implement NFT, because as long as you can tie real world value to it, once again, you have yourself an NFT. So what you could do is offer an NFT that grants users free weekly edge touch-ups, or, you know, give holders loyalty rewards. NFT owners, hey, you get 3 front yards, your 4th one is free and you get a front and back, or whatever the case may be, right? You can implement NFTs into any type of business model, right? All right, so if you're a fitness personal trainer, right, while the metaverse completely intends to take over the fitness business model, people in the fitness industry can still implement NFTs into theirs. Like you could do like maybe a limited NFT set, right? And what that does is give holders access to maybe a secret class that you do weekly, right? And then maybe it comes with some one-on-one sessions as well, and it comes with specific meal plans and all that type of stuff, right? Once again, you can make NFTs, right? Your NFTs can be photos of leaves or whatever the case may be, right? That represents whatever you're giving away. It doesn't even have to be fancy artwork, because what you're gonna find out when you learn more about NFTs, that it's depending on the project, it's more about what you get out of it and less about what it looks like, right? Not all the time, but sometimes. So that's definitely the case here too. What about if you're a barber, you're a hairstylist or something like that, right? Personal grooming is a business that's not going anywhere, because even when the metaverse comes, you're still gonna need to get a haircut, edge up, get your hair done if you're a woman, anything, right? But people like you can use NFTs to sell premium services. Maybe NFT holders get scheduling priority, right? I know me, if I could buy an NFT and get in the chair whenever I walk in, no matter who's scheduled or whatever the case may be, I would definitely invest in that. You know, maybe 2 house calls a month is included for NFT holders. You know, it can be different levels to it. It just all depends, right? Because you also got to make sure it makes sense for you as far as the scope within your business. But I could literally go on and about how all different businesses can integrate NFTs into their business, because essentially what we're doing is adding real world value into an image. And if that's not simple enough, bro, like I said earlier, all you're doing is charging Ethereum, giving away a picture instead of taking cash for stuff that you already do anyway, right? So think about it like that. Notice everything I said on the list was stuff you already do anyway, except you're kind of crafting up a loyalty members rewards, right? These are going to be your most loyal clients. These are going to be people like that are going to purchase these NFTs, right? And so the second part becomes, all right, bro, all right, Rico, bro, what do I gain by having my money? Since I'm charging them in Ethereum, what value does that have? Well, number one, Ethereum is a cryptocurrency, if you didn't know, and it might rise in value. It might fall in value as well, but it can also rise in value, and it's just a good investment overall, and it's a way for you to get involved with NFTs in the metaverse, right? So do have to let you know the pros and cons of that, right? Because with NFTs for business, there are potential risks, right? And so security issues, NFTs rely on a blockchain. There's a small possibility that it could get hacked, but you know, that's anything. If you use a payment processor, that can get hacked just as well. So that's a risk I just have to let you know about. Like I just told you about Ethereum, the price of Ethereum could go down, right? Like over the past month, it's kind of went down. It's kind of about to go back up, because that's what cryptocurrency does, but it does go down. So if you go in there and you're supposed to have you had $1,000 last time you looked, and you go back in and you only got $600, that's what's going on. All right, so that's all it is. And I have a video where I actually show you how to make NFTs. If you're interested in that and want to check out that video, meet me over in that video. Love y'all, man. Let's get it.